Good afternoon, good morning to everyone. Welcome to Flying with Mike. We're scheduled to fly with Pan Am Virtual today. However, I can't get any 727s into Sint Maarten, so we are just going to have some fun with the plane without an airline to log it to. So I hope you enjoy this. It's a new route that I put in off the 1985 schedule. Basically, what happens is I think the flight from Miami gets into St. Martin. Once it gets in, then it goes down to St. Lucia
Juliana approach,
and then turns back for St. Martin the next day. So that's what we're doing. We're going down, coming back now at the incorrect times, but we're going to have some fun nonetheless with Pan Am. So I hope you enjoy a little clipper service today, folks, and looking forward for it.
Sint Maarten traffic, KLM 787.
We are in XP11.
Runway 10.
Hang on a second, they're getting a little annoying. There's a way to turn them down, and I'm a-doing it. All right, there we go. They can talk to their heart's content now. But anyway, we're sitting on the ramp here waiting to go in Sint Maarten in the FlyJsim 727. Yes, unfortunately, X-plane and 11. Not unfortunately for X-plane, that is I mean, if you're flying X-plane 12, folks, you are flying some of the best simulation I've ever seen. Especially if you run with the where you're not online with ATC and you're using the built-in. That is the best built-in ATC I have yet to see in any simulator on the market or past. Definitely past. Just phenomenal. And you've seen it a couple times with me. A couple of other streamers are using it. It is phenomenal. Downside is, yeah, you don't get to talk to anyone real. You're, interacting with what a computer tells you. But I'm here to tell you, folks, you're learning it or you're kind of burning out with VATSIM or IVAO or any of those. If you're burning out with Pilot Central or whatever that one's called, I'm sorry, you paid for it. But anyway, just phenomenal. So I hope you enjoy. Today, unfortunately, with X-Plane 11, they didn't port that back. Would have been great, but I get it. Don't even think I'm suggesting it, X-Plane, but it would be nice. But no. Wow, would that be awesome in here? But it isn't, so we're flying on VATSIM today. All right, so enough intro. We are going from St. Maarten to St. Lucia and back. And if there's time for anything else, we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. All right. Again, flying for Pan Am Virtual. We just will not be able to log the flights because we don't have any aircraft in the area. So let's get after it, shall we? Again, X-Plane 11. So the updated Sint Maarten Princess Julian terminal and stuff also does not exist here. All right. Let me see here. What we were in the process of, you heard some bells and whistles in the background maybe. We're going through and checking everything real quick. Getting it ready for flight. Getting any bulbs that need to be fixed. I don't know what the heck is why some of them are hanging. All right, and you will find these lights in some places normally people don't look, and believe me, you find out about them real quick. Yeah, I don't know why some of these light bulbs are hanging up, unless that's the... Okay, brighten that up. Right, we're all set to go here. Oh no, we're not done checking light bulbs yet. All right, now we're ready to go. All right, let me just check something here in the middle. Good, that's right, and up top. All right, let's get into it and see what we've got going on here. Okay, so we've done the light test, we've done the fire checks. The only thing we haven't done is some up here. Flight recorder. Okay. I wonder what's going on with my mouse, if it's my mouse. Okay, let's do it. Let's get down here, get SIVA loaded up, but first, let's bring in some toolkit, brief this out. By the way, it is up and running decently. If you weren't on yesterday, we had a really good flight into Montken. I've never been to this airport in the flight simming world. It was cool. I really liked this airport. Meaning I may fly it a few more times. All right, so you can see it's a pretty much a straight shot like normally. We got scattered thunderstorms around. Today's loadout, they're going to throw at us 113 people, no cargo, so 25,990 pounds. Block fuel at 18,900, and like I said, 113 people. Julian 2 departure, DI66 Joliet. Direct ZPATA, UL 329 to SORRL to BNE and in. Now, if you were in X-Plane 12 and doing the flight plan portion, the biggest thing you'd have to do here is remove the directs. That does not recognize DCT. Perfect for me. I'm fine with that. Just letting you know that because it may kick it out. And also, just make sure you read, because it does tell you why it didn't file. Sometimes inappropriate SID, not known, not for the runway in use, and so forth. So just read. Anyway, here, Mach 80. Mach 0.80, flight level 350, 727 Glory. Coming down to the weather here in Sint Maarten. Bet you can't guess it's tropical. Winds are out of the northeast at 11, temperature 30 degrees Celsius. 86 degrees on the thermometer in the US type style. Beautiful day down here, folks. METAR says it all. We'll pass through a scattered layer starting at 1800, and that's it. Supposedly no significant weather. All right, and we don't have a METAR for St. Lucia. So, all right, so here we go. Looks like they're getting a little rain shower right now. So we'll see what we deal with when we get down there. You're ready to go? As I am. Sim toolkits away. Let me get that altimeter once more. I'm going to bring charts in. I haven't shown this in a while. Let's get our updated weather and all. Import from SimBrief. There's our import. Down we go to the tropics. All right, and then right here's how you lock in with that one. This one shows you traffic around. I've got it set up for VATSIM, and there you go. I think it's a pretty cool tool. I don't usually keep it up though. All right, there's the Julian 2. So let's look at it one more time. We're looking at broken layer now at 1800, 24 minutes old. 07014, pretty much down the runway. And nothing significant. All right, so for the barometer, 1013. Unfortunately, well, you know what? We'll double check. It may have just set it over there. That came on because there's a discrepancy, so obviously it did not. Yep, it didn't, so we have to set it. All right, and our backup. All right, we're ready to go. We're all in hopes of seeing a 727 out of FlyJsim in this sim. And by the time it comes out, probably X-Plane 13 will be on the market. I don't get their business logic, but hey, it's not meant for us to understand. All right, F plan, we are going TNCM. Yes, I could have, and no, I did not make this a company route. Clipper 425, execute departure 10, Jillian 2. I gotta look at it. Hang on. Now I really got to look at it. Hang on a second. Something's not jiving here. That intersection is technically not part of it. I forget going. Why is this not doing it right? Okay. So all right, there we go. What I did is I put SVAN, like you see here, because ZPATA is next. It's not in our, well, yeah, actually in my flight plan it is, but I don't, yeah, it actually is. So cool. That'll all work out great. Now we'll do the remainder of it. It just, I had to make sense of what they were asking. All right. So, you'll find this is pretty much a standard departure out of here. All right. So let's do it. We got those in, back to F plan. Next page, back up. Hopefully that works. We'll see how, I wish we had a way to make it look. All right, so it's ZPATA. So it'll be the UL329 to SORRL. SORRL. Execute, then I go B, N, E. Oh. We got coordinates or just mileage. Okay, so we're going to the VOR. 1240, 1240. All right, execute. There's our route, folks. Arrival currently. Planning runway 10. All right, so now on charts. First, go back to flights. Let's check the weather. K09020. Wow. 2,400 foot base on the scattered layer. Beautiful day there. Nothing significant. Okay. 10 is our approach. What do we have? Oh, don't tell me. No RNAVs? No. There we go. I don't like. I am not a fan of NDBs. And while a VOR, all right, so wonder why it, oh, from B&E. Okay. All right, so RNAV. Let's look at the chart. Hang on. That will work out really nice. Okay, so we'll come off Kisses, come down to Ilago, tubed, shoot the approach. That worked out. That's almost right on the approach to B&E, which is right in here. Cool. Kisses, kisses. There you are. All right. So as you look at this now, what I'm going to do. Oh, I see. It was a direct. That's right. Okay. So you can kind of see what we're going to do. Kisses, Savell, Ilago, tubed, and in. All right. So that works out perfect. All right, so uh, okay, so select RNAV, kisses, execute. Now we'll go to here, then I'm going to go to legs, kisses, execute. Why? That way it'll go, it's already programmed in. It's a 500-mile run, I believe. And so it'll, oh, it's 300, sorry, 300. 54 minutes, there's where I was getting the fives. Okay, so we're ready to go. The last thing to do, RNAV and next. Okay, cruise altitude's 35,000. You could put flight FL350. I just put it in the way it's supposed to be. Okay, we're ready to go here on the McDo. Just to check, 179 miles. Okay. All right, we're ready to hopefully begin loading. Let's talk about that. Let's load the aircraft. All right, now you got a menu that opens up on this side. Click the airplane, and now I got to go back to SimBrief, which was 113. We are currently, where are you? 85. What I do is click R for random, 117. I'm actually going to be that kind of captain. Put them in first class. Okay, now I try to keep my zero fuel or my CG right around 25 in the middle here. We're getting closer. There we go. Now let's look at our zero fuel weight. Today, 123,590, 123,590's in the load box. Cool. Fuel, 18,916 pounds. Total fuel sits at 25,000. So I use this minus key, get it down to around 19. Okay, 19. $9.10. I'm going to go with that. 6 pounds, give or take's not bad. And we're loaded, folks. Maximum optimum altitude you see is 35,000. There's our max takeoff, max landing, max zero fuel weights. All right here, we can go roughly 740 to 50 miles. Now, let's just say, okay, for those curious, what if we were way under, say at 115? Start using cargo. And again, there, all you got to do is click on the buttons to get up there. And of course, watch your CG stays within the red lines. I try to keep it in the middle as much as possible. Okay, that'll work. And we're still 113. Yes, we're loaded, folks, and we're ready to go. Hope you are. Finishing it up here real quick. Hydraulic pump set. As you can see up here, pressurization, gas per fan. Let me check. Coming on, coming on. I did start it, right? Yes. Okay, looks like I'm going to be on manual on that one. Okay, I don't know what I did to do that either. There we go. And I don't know what I just did to get that either, so. All right, that is the absolute first time that's ever happened. All right, if you're all ready, I'm ready. Let's light this. I'm going to do one more check just out of safety. Nope. Okay. So I thought maybe an airplane might pop in on us, but it didn't. So let's do it. Light up the EPU. Okay, we're going to power back here, so beacon on. There's 20. Okay, we'll start up number 1. And the start valve's open. Okay, that's good. We're at 20, engine 3 started. Ah, that driving me nuts. Oh, that's what I'm hearing. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to figure out this noise in the background I keep hearing. It's because the guy behind the wheel here forgot to turn his phone down. Okay, all set there. I thought there was someone on VATSIM being... Anyway, Navcom altitude's all set. Fuel. Oh, yeah, one last thing to use over here. Our calculator. Okay, and it's really, that's it. All you do is bring it up, look at your numbers, set the bugs, and you're ready to go. It doesn't give you lengths or anything. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and shut that APU down. Let's do it. Sint Maarten traffic, common area traffic. Clipper 425, stand for push or power back 410. Try not using your brakes because you will top it to the tail. Thrust works really good. Then you can set your brakes. Okay, flaps radar on. Probe heat, come on up here. You're coming on now. We don't need anti-ice. Transponder, Terra. Transponder, by the way, is up here, folks. Yeah, you will look for a while if you're looking downstairs. Okay, and we're ready to go. Oil cooler. And here we go. Kind of let the plane do a lot of the talking right now. Sint Maarten traffic, Clipper 425, back taxiing 10 to line up for departure. And Sint Maarten traffic, Clipper 425 waiting on American 763 is back taxi to the terminal. And Sint Maarten traffic, common traffic, Clipper 425 rolling 10. And Sint Maarten traffic clear 10 turning 180 out on the Julian 2 departure. Okay, we are... Okay, we're on course. All right, just a little interesting things going on here. But I think we're back into how it should be. Okay. All right, now we'll get back on. All right, we're on our way. We just crossed another airport. We're about to St. Kitts. We got set up as well. So I hope y'all enjoy. We are now VOR. And we're on our way to flight level 350. Always make sure with altitude changes you see the yellow altitude select there or armed here. So we are on our way. And 1240, I think, was that frequency. Yes. Let's see if we can pick that up. Nope, not yet. So again, hope y'all are having a great Tuesday, Thanksgiving week here in the U.S. May it be blessed. May you have a fantastic feast on Thursday. And may you have a great rest of this Christmas season. Here in St. Louis, there is beginning to be talk of a little bit of snow this weekend. With the way things have been here of late, I can't imagine it mounting to much, but you just never know. It all depends, the ferocity and all of that, because I have seen November snows put 6 inches of snow on the ground. And most of the week leading into it was 70 degrees. So that ground was supposedly, quote, quote, warm. And 6 inches of snow hit it. So right now it doesn't look like much of a system. However, it is what, Tuesday? And we're talking Saturday, Sunday. However, that also is putting a crimp in Wednesday travels, which is, as we all know, one of the biggest travel days in the year. All right, couple of things to show off on this plane, but truly, let us know what kind of Thanksgiving, if you celebrate it. You may, at this hour of the day, I get it. Probably a lot of Europe and elsewhere is on board. Y'all may not celebrate. So I get that. So I'm sure there is somewhere along the line a holiday of sorts. Let us know what you all do. I'd love to know. Inquiring minds. I'm just getting things set up for the arrival. 600. Okay, we'll call it 700 since it's 676. And we'll see you after break. All right, again, for those curious, this is, as the title says, X-Plane 11. And we're basically doing a round robin. We're going to go down to St. Lucia, come back up to St. Maarten. All right, welcome back from the break, folks. If you don't see it, Sari, I have Sari bot running. There was a 90-second ad break, and if you consider subscribing, you can remove ads from your viewing. So consider the mission failed. Welcome in, sir. Glad to have you aboard. And mission failed. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating that here in the U.S. All right, we're at 29. We're looking for 0.78. Once we get around that mark, we'll switch into a, you're Swedish. Okay, well, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, whenever that is. But I hope you are having a great week. And this is X-Plane 11. Why? Because the 727 has not been released for X-Plane 12. And like many of us, we're kind of probably not going to happen till it probably gets to like X-Plane 12.50 like here. And then X-Plane 13 will come out. I don't even want to look ahead to X-Plane 13. As many headaches as we've had over the last couple of weeks. All right, we'll switch into Mach and continue our climb. All right, I meant to show a couple of things off here. Now, in X-Plane 11 with the 727, you got some tools that pop out when you move your mouse over here. One being, we saw that, the performance calculator, the loader, the weight and balance. Options gives you, now the big thing, if you get this plane and you're flying X-Plane 11, you need to go in and remove a folder from the plugins folder inside each 727 folder. There's 3 of them, and that's XTCAS. Otherwise, you may see crash to desktops. Even when you update it, go back, double check, because guess what? It's one of those missing files, it'll tell you. So, and don't, of course, enable it. Down here's your GPU air cart. And then this one is your maintenance system. We're gonna, I hope that doesn't get to us in flight. So when we get on the ground, we'll have to have some maintenance done to engine number 3. I turned it on. I think it's kind of fun to run with. Most of what happens, I can handle in this plane. The Airbuses and the 737, what livery? What livery? Stand by. Let me finish up here or I'll forget again. Okay, we did that. And then finally, what really I wanted to show, you can make a checklist here. This is the one that comes with it. So you can see, here's what's needed to start the APU. And it is temperamental. Here's what it takes to start up. Here before takeoff. Now, this is the big one that I like to show. Down here in the notes, it shows what your N1 should roughly be 97%. Climb, once you get to that point, you go into climb mode in your mind, go to 92% up here. I'll explain why in a minute. Your flaps up by 200 and of course 10,000. Speed up to 280. There's that flight level 290, Mach hold 0.78. So very important, especially this climb. You do it enough where you forget to pull them back from full power, 97 or more. They have a tendency to catch fire. We've done it 2 or 3 times. And I like it because it starts making you have to go through, okay, now where do we put it? Especially after takeoff, because you're heavy, so be mindful of those engine settings. Like right now, I'm about 92% N1. Here, let me kind of zoom in for you. So you get an idea. As long as you aren't pushing that yellow or red, you should be okay. On the N1 line is the second one down, if you can't read it. All right, so as requested, what livery? Clipper. And the billboard version. Actually, this is the version I've seen or did see quite a bit at the airport I worked at. Yeah, you heard me right, folks. There are versions of this airline still out there. Matter of fact, I've heard rumor a 757 airline with the Pan Am markings and all may come on the market in 2025. Again, rumor. I'll believe them. I don't believe anything till I see it 3 times and with my own eyes, people coming on, people coming off. But there you have it. Where are we at? Okay, we are at 35. Now we're going to accelerate to 0.80 per our flight plan. Okay, and now what I do now, I'll be totally honest with you folks, there is no auto throttle. What I was doing there with that speed bug, and when you're in Mach hold or indicated speed hold, it is just holding speed by pitch, not by speed. So if it senses it's getting above the bug, it'll lower the nose, wait a minute, raise the nose, below it, lower the nose. It does a pretty good job. And then pull your power back when you reach, you pull the power back, not the autopilot. And I find about a 1.8 to 1.7 EPR up here, first line. usually keeps us in check. Give me a second. I got to open a window. It's getting warm in the office. My computer doesn't like it. A warm room. Stand by. My apologies, folks. Yeah, it just really doesn't like that. So, but it looks like that's doing it pretty good there at 180. And, oh, we're 120 miles out. That means we're very close to top of descent, if not there. Do we have any? Okay, tubed 3,000. So 32 times 3. Got about 20 more miles to go, and then we'll push it over and begin the descent. So let's go ahead. Coming down. Okay, make sure you're on vertical speed, and descend is actually on the top half. And watch your VH, your VSI. About a 2,000 to 2,500 foot a minute descent is good. And of course, we're going to have to pull power back. Maybe not that far, but all right. And our nav will be on a heading 105. So just realize, folks, with X-Plane 11, all the neat things you see in X-Plane 12, I think the clouds are pretty good here. But just realize you may, they may not be as robust as you see in X-Plane 12. But overall, this is a really, this sold me on staying away from that other sim. And then X-Plane 12 put the nail in their coffin. For me, that's my choice. Your choice, you do as you please. And I hope you enjoy. That's all. That's all that the flight sim is meant to be, is to enjoy it. I'm going to give it one more kick down. And the island to our left is our alternate. Keep forgetting we... Okay, so now... Oh, wrong one. Now let's go to landing. So our ref speed at the current time, 126. There's our... But again, it does not tell you what to expect runway-wise. Setting the bugs. And head up here. We'll set the... for medium at a minimum. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Okay. Transition, oop, wrong. 9,000 or by ATC. And we do not have ATC, so not a problem. However, if you haven't read your flight plan, pre-file flight plan, you'll notice the CTAF trial extension. Now, USA is until further notice on CTAF. However, they've extended it to include Canada, VATCAN, the Caribbean, those they're under the VATCAN Caribbean, and VAT Mexico. So just be mindful, you may not hear traffic if you're not on that CTAF. And don't expect them to have to come up to Unicom and tell you. So that's part of that code of conduct update that happened. That a lot of us are, I still have issues with it. This is one of those planes that is the issue. And I'll show it here in a second. Okay, I'm just kicking some speed brake out to ease the descent. The reason this aircraft, it irks me is they have, for the most part now, kicked X-Planes 727 out because we don't have 8.33 radio capability. So in order to talk, you have to know how to text the frequency into your X-Pilot or whatever you use to connect. I think there's another one. That's why I say that. And if you don't, you won't be able to get a hold of them. And I think that's wrong. I think they should, like the real world, monitor the air traffic frequencies. And Downwind Sim, welcome. Welcome in, sir. So that's just one. That's one of a couple of gripes I have with them. But the common traffic, I kind of like it. So I really kind of like it. So how is Thanksgiving there at the Downwind Sim uh, location? All right, I'm going to go ahead set our altimeter. 10, 11. I love flying down here. Usually isn't too bad unless a hurricane is in the area. This time of the year, that is usually not the case. Not always, but usually. Okay, and okay, that's all set. Okay. Altitude select is on. Oh, nice. Out in Wildwood. Very cool. Well, you know the old adage, over the river, through the woods, and you'll get to Wildwood. We're going to be staying here as well at the homestead. Actually, we're going to go over to my wife's sister's house with my daughters. Will be there and their families and our granddaughters. Her brother and family will be there. Obviously, her wife and or her sister and family will all be there too. So it'll be a big feast. But I have to say, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that kind of what the clouds look like in real life if they're downwind? At least from my few times flying since I stopped flying on my private pilot, and that was back in the 80s. I swear, this is what I used to see. Maybe a little flat under us, but this isn't bad. Well, yeah, I got guard up there, don't I? Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, and I don't like how some of the controllers come at you to contact them. It's like they're miffed you're not doing your job, and I'm like, it ain't my job to monitor you. We get handed off. Ooh, we're a little fast. Get them speed brakes out. Okay, medium. All right, lights are on. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's, always give it that. Yeah, that's as far as it's going. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that too, and some of them are super snippy about it. It's like, excuse us. All right, I'm gonna ease up the dive planes here a little. Yeah, some of the controllers really, I don't know. But then again, It wouldn't matter if you changed the rules or not. Okay, there's where I want to be. No, it does not. And I had a guy in Frankfurt very ticked, and I said, fine, see ya, click. There's a few things that don't work right. I mean, they work, but I mean, it's a 727. I actually like this plane. I hope they port it over to 12. I really do. But I've heard the 737's getting the nod before this one, which is a shame. I mean, the APU could use a lot of work on it. It's very problematic, and for all I know, in the real world, it was very problematic. It didn't seem like it, but then my interaction with 727s was 20 years? No. Yeah, 30, 35 years from when they first flew. So, pretty sure they kind of fixed that on the real plane. But yeah, it's very problematic, the APU. At least for me. Maybe not other people. All right. Also, the other thing this plane will do if you leave the hypoxia on is if you're not careful with the cooling doors and your pressurization, you'll ghost the plane. It'll black out on you. Which, again, I think is cool. But to get the INS to work, yeah, you have, in this one, you have to buy it. Whereas Fearless, you know, it's part of it. Okay. Let me pull up my RNAV. So we're coming down 219, 232. Let me just set it up to come straight south. Okay. So, but overall, I think it's pretty good. Some little quirkiness to it. That's DME 2. Your DME, if you were running on nav, not GPS, would be here for 1. Conversely, if you're flying over in the first officer, there's DME 1, which would be DME 2 there. Kind of fun. Everything's set up here, doors closed. Yeah, we're ready. Okay. We're set. Here's our turn at Savelle. Got to round these rocks, folks, before we can see the airport. According to the METAR 40 minutes old, should be unlimited visibility, 99999, 2,900 foot base. I think that's pretty well represented here. We're at 3,000, so. I can't remember. Hang on. Okay, never mind. Ah, that's why. Okay, doesn't work. Couldn't remember if the autopilot worked or not, switch. So, I mean, you're going to find some things, hopefully with version 3. I have no idea what version they're at right now. When they come to 12, it'll be more functional, even more functional. The only other bad thing, you can't go into the cabin. There is no cabin behind you. You can put them in with mods, but they don't come with them. All right, I'm going to start slowing up for the approach. Little more, get down around 200, and I can start putting flaps in. Why is my gear light on? I updated my drivers, and I'm noticing, I don't know if it's maybe my mouse screwing up or what. Could need a battery, who knows. And the other thing that's a bummer, now there is no auto throttle in this version, so but I like using that bug to where I want the speed to get to, and I don't have it. All right, so we're turning 195 right now at 3,000. Tubed is 6 miles out. Let's see, got anything that looks like a runway out there yet? Flaps 1. Now the METAR there downwind says no significant weather. Thinking the runway is going to be in between the hills. But yet, looking at the chart, it doesn't look that way. Could be on the end. We're about to find out. All right, I'm really not seeing this runway. I think I'm aimed at, oh, I'm a little off now. Thought that's where it was. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little off. Okay, Bisno Mets, hold at 1800. Three green. St. Lucia traffic, Clipper 425, 3 mile final, 10. And yes, I'm on advisory. I'm too close, forgot to check, and we'll get it on the ground. Considering I don't have my trusty first officer with me.
1,000. Minimums.
Landing.
2067, pushing and starting from apron, Hewanorra traffic.
St. Lucia traffic, Clipper 425's off 10, and we're headed to one of the stands here at the terminal.
It's not St. Lucia traffic, it's Hewanorra traffic.
Okay, what he said.
You kind of park here.
Okay, did he say I can't park there? I hope not. Okay, and ProPete's off. Go back here real quick.
What did they do?
I know what I can do. Oh, looks like the center came up. Maybe. Nope. $18,300. Either the APU just died. We'll find out. Let's see how everything looks. Okay, the APU did not die. I gotta say, that was... Oh. All right, and there we go. Let's get over here. M. Stein, welcome in. Thanks for the subscription with your Twitch Prime. We sure appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming aboard. With that subscription, Tier 1. Help pay for some of the jet fuel we're running, as some of the streamers call it. think we're done. All right, let's get on ground power just in case. And all right, let's take a look at this, shall we? Where's some toolkit? There it is. And there went the gen. And that downwind sim is what I was talking about. Good thing for us, I've got us set up already. All right, mechanics are going to be a little busy here on this turnaround. Yeah, the gen broke on it. All right, and just as we brought that up, wouldn't you know, I'll show you how we fix it all, folks. All right, well, glad to see you there, Downwind Sim. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time around. Thank you, sir. All right, now let's get to the fun part here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, landed at 185 feet a minute. We'll take it. 110, a little slow. Should have been about 120. So that thankfully helped us into a pretty good landing. All right, so here we go. Coming out. Getting a little squirrely here because we had some issues where I forgot to set up navs and all that. But we got this on track for a pretty good landing. View details. Hour 10-minute flight, 287 miles, 3,700 kilograms of fuel, and an hour or we'll call it 1.5 G's on the landing. Little rough, but feet per minute wise, it kind of greased in here. 110. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at that landing report, though. This is why I am a huge fan, and part of that kind of thought that happened. Landed 700 feet down the runway. We want to try to get 1,000 feet. Yeah, and it could be I did get it, but the problem is the way leaflet, which is what's showing it here, and what it looks like on the real sim can always be off a little. So, but 5 feet off the center line, call it 6. And, you know, you want to split hairs, just not jackrabbits. We did a great job. Numbers show it came in good. Customers are happy, and we're ready to begin getting this plane ready to go back to Sint Maarten. So what I'm going to do, we're going to perch ourselves out, watch American show off on his takeoff. Just kidding. Sometimes karma can be a you-know-what when you critique others. So, but anyway, I hope for the best flight for him. By the way, the American flight we see here is headed back to Miami. All right, so St. Lucia is where we're at. Yeah, I know the island calls this airport something else. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just going St. Lucia. So, what I'll do here, let me get rid of that. And I will be right back in about 5 or so minutes. Be right back.
6 people, correction, American 2068, departure runway 10, here in traffic.
All right, folks, we're back with you, and bear with me a second. American headed back to Miami. Okay, we said we have a couple things we got to work on here first. Now, we only got about a minute and a half to the break. We'll get the airplane squared away. So now let's go to the wrench. Ooh, tail strike. What? Did I over-rotate? Oh, we did. Ah, okay. Well, interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it's saying we possible tail strike, so we'll repair it. Engine 3 we found needed maintenance in flight, and our generator for the APU needed work. So that's all you got to do. Mr. Stein says, wasn't here, so I don't think you over-rotated. I didn't either, but it's saying 9 degree up pitch. So, wow, I didn't think I did that bad. But, oh well. We're fixed. We're ready to go. All right, let's do something we don't do a lot here. Actually, we haven't been able to do a lot here because of issues with Sim2 toolkit, issues with SimBrief, and all of that. We actually can do this right now. All right, so I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit in. Not the overlay. There we go. Okay. And if you ever want to go back and check things like that tail strike, my logbook, find the flight, check it. Okay, so don't click load last. Go to advanced planner. Our departure, TLPL. Destination, TNCM. Aircraft, November, are we 47? Standby. Yeah, 4737. Okay, Pan Am, it's there. Now, I click advanced right now, because usually it'll take you back and you fill in a lot of what you're going to do. No, we're not PXA, we're PAA. 426. We're PA. 426. And let's go for 21. $21.05. American Airlines pounds. I got to get in here and change a lot of this so it's defaulting. 45. Taxi out 20-minute. Taxi in 10-minute. Not worried about any of the rest of this. Okay, once you have this, don't go back up here and click load or create. Click generate. And what it's going to do is reach out to your SimBrief account. That's free if you don't have one, folks. And then it'll allow you to load it. Okay, there's our flight plan. If you have the downloader set up to XP11, everything I have set up goes to my aircraft in XP12, hence why I don't use it. Okay, there's going to be our route. Carrick's, Ilopo, Ulba 1 arrival on the Elopa for 10. Okay, so that sounds good. It still kept it. Oh, hang on, November. Oh, I see. Well, I'll have to go in and check. We're going to change this to FlyJsim, and we're going to hit fly now. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Now we're ready to go. Let's brief it up while we're here. They're going to 100 what? Hang on. This is definitely not right. The heck did it load? I don't even think I could put that many people in here. No. Bear with me a second. I'm just checking a couple things out here. Pan Am. Okay, I did get that right. Okay. Now we look right. Okay, and we're going with a max load. Okay. Holy mackerel. Sorry, folks. All right, let's bear with me. I'm just trying to make sure we're starting from fresh, and it looks like we are. Okay. We'll just do it this way. I don't know what happened there. Okay, everything's good. FlyJsim. Fly now. There we go. 134. That's the actual maximum this one will hold. Carrix to Ilopo to Yulba. So 30,820 pounds of payload. And our block fuel will be 23,042. Must have a headwind. Can already feel that coming. Actually, no. More of a cross, pushing slightly tail. Huh. Interesting. But anyway, there's the loadout, folks. Okay, over here's the weather. We already know the landing. There'll be a divot where we landed. Out here at TNCM, things haven't changed much. Right down the runway at 13 knots. So beautiful flight in. And of course, let's go to FlyJsim, pre-file. Let me get my stuff in here real quick. Okay, everything loaded up good. Okay. So, other than, why aren't we seeing FlyJsim traffic? Hang on. That's why. Now we're seeing it. There's the guy that just took off, headed for Miami. We're headed up here to a little bit of rain up ahead of us. Cool. So we'll see how this all plays out. So let's get to work, shall we? And again, welcome aboard, folks. Stand by. We're gonna crud, I forgot to do something. Stand by. Twitch, hang on. We'll be right back. Stand by. Let me do something here with YouTube.